Well, hello there, my furry friends. My name is Fuzzy Cub, and welcome back to Mystical Block. So, today I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. I don't have any plans. I just decided to load up the mod pack and see about making an episode. So, judging by the fact that this episode has been released and it has a title, you probably know what I'm going to do before I know what I'm going to do. So, let's get into the episode. So let's quickly recap what we did last episode. That might actually help me figure out what I'm gonna do today. So last episode, we managed to get all of these ultimate singularities processing automatically, which means we have a stack in here and an entire stack in here, so I don't think we're ever going to need to worry about having more singularities. We got a little bit more automation of our Botania setup done, which is turned off at the moment because these are all full. And between episodes, I got this little system set up, which basically just makes us creative essence, which actually gives me the idea for what I'm going to do for this episode. I think it's about time we started making all of the creative items. And judging by this section of my screen, Past Fuzzy also thought that we needed to make the creative items. So let's take a quick look at these recipes to figure out which ones we can do today without too much of hassle. These ones are just sequential fabrications with singularities and osmium. Easily enough done. This one is, again, just sequential fabrications, creative essence, which we have a lot of now, and they're okay. Creative fluid tank, much the same. Creative crafter, again, very much the same. It's all just sequential. These all have EMC values, so that's an easy one as well. Storage upgrade, again, easy. Energy cube we already made, but we will need more to make the creative chest. Creative controller, yep, same thing. Energy cell, looks like oh wait, no, this one. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm quite ready to fight the Chaos Dragon yet, so why don't we get the easy to make creative item done out of the way first? So first thing first, let us grab one more ultimate crafting table because this guy's a little bit full. We'll pop you here. And let's see, which one are we going to do first? Let's get the creative chemical tank made first. So we need 4 ultimate chemical tanks. 3, 6, 9, 12 ultimate chemical tanks. 12 elite chemical tanks. 16 atomic alloy. 20 reinforced alloy. And a bunch of osmium blocks. And an ultimate singularity. I think I'm going to craft up a few... Oop, a little bit too close there, Fuzzy. A little bit too close. I'm going to craft up a few of the ultimate singularities, because I think we're going to need them today. Half a stack of these should be enough. And... Oop. Nice. You know what? I wish these looked a little bit different. It would be much easier to place them in. Boop. And we have the creative chemical tank. Nice. Let's pop you in there. I'm gonna speed through the rest of these. I don't think you want to see me just placing stuff into a crafting table. And, boop. Nice. And a boop. And a boop. And a boop. This one's a little bit more involved. So, that's creative chemical tank done. Creative fluid tank done. Crafter done. Storage upgrade done, energy cube done, controller done. This one we can't do yet without getting this. And to make that we need the chaotic staff of power, and to make the chaotic staff of power we need small chaos fragments, we need large chaos fragments, and to get them we need to kill the Chaos Dragon, which I am not going to be doing in this episode. Maybe in the next few episodes. Definitely in the next few episodes, because I need to do it to complete the pack. But we will need much better armor, and that's an episode in itself. So that's all that's left is the Everlasting Guilty Pool and the Creative Jetpack. So let's start on the Creative Jetpack. We have the Singularity, we have the Creative Essence. We just need to get Diamond, Elite, Netherite, and Resonant Jetpack. So to get the Resonant Jetpack, we need Enderium Ingots. To get Enderium Ingots, we need lead, ender pearls, diamond dust, and a fire charge. Yeah, very easy. You know what? It's just, again, sequential crafting. Okay, so in here I have all of the jetpacks needed to make the ultimate jetpack, and hopefully the fact that they were charging in my inventory doesn't stop it from crafting into the ultimate one. I really tried to use the ultimate crafter here to make some of the jetpacks, but I don't know what it is. It's just not using the patterns properly. Like I turned off exact mode. I partially crafted some of the stuff in here. It's just not using it, despite having access to over 2 billion of the items. So I got annoyed and made it all myself. So I'm going to manually put this stuff in and hope it turns into the ultimate jetpack. Whew, and hopefully that is it done correctly. That was painful, like really painful. I have no idea why the auto crafting is not working, but if you guys do know, let me know in the comments, because I would love to be able to use the auto crafting. I think we're gonna need another one of those eventually. I need a nap after that. Okay, so the thing I want to do now is I want to get the Everlasting Guilty Pool, I think it's called. Yeah, the Everlasting Guilty Pool, which is your creative item from Botania. And if anybody has seen any of my series, you'll know that Botania is my favorite mod. So I get to have a little bit of fun now with Botania. So in order to make the Guilty Everlasting Pool thingy, the Everlasting Guilty Pool, I'll get it right eventually, we're gonna need Gaia Spirit Ingots, which are made from the Gaia Spirits, and Terrasteel. We'll need Gaia Spirit, so that's probably at least 3 Gaia fights. We're going to need some fabulous mana pools. We're going to need diluted mana pools, which I think are just slabbed mana pools. Yeah. We're going to need regular mana pools and a bunch of the forest. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get Living Rock automated. And I'm going to do that using refined storage. But down here I have a refined storage receiver, which means I can hook into my system over there. And what I need to make are some destructors, 8 should be enough, and some constructors, these guys, also 8 should be enough. Let's do it over here. So what I want to do, right here, I'm gonna get a pure daisy, like so, place this in the middle. Gonna place some wool around here. What I want to do is I want to put the destructors here, not there, like so. And I'm gonna pop underneath. And I am going to place the constructors here. We'll just remove this block for now, put a cable there, and we'll lead the cable all the way back to our system over here, like so. I'm going to tell the constructors to place stone in there, and hopefully when I remove these, it should place stone. There we go. And one by one, these will turn into living rock, like so. Then what we want to do is we want to make sure that these guys, the destructors, only break living rock. So we will put a filter in here for living rock. We need to make sure that this is set to whitelist, meaning that it will only break the living rock. Then all we need to do is connect this up to this, and it should break the living rock and immediately place more stone, thus automating living rock. And a boop. Nice. And I may as well do one for the living wood as well. And after a little bit of fidgeting around, we have automated living rock and living wood. So let's get onto mana generation. At the moment, this thing, it's working okay. It does have a few little problems with the fact that seeds get stuck in here. Eventually it will fill up and stop working. But I just need it long enough to get the Guilty Everlasting Pool of Doom thing, whatever it's called. So let's use this at least to get the portal to Alfheim set up. Now for that, we need to get Terrasteel, this bad boy. And this is made by throwing a mana diamond, a mana pearl, and mana ingot onto a terrestrial agglomeration plate. And that is a multi-block made by 5 living rock, 4 lapis blocks, and a terrestrial agglomeration plate on top. Do a little bit of this. In the middle. And let's make the terrestrial agglomeration plate. This bad boy. And for that we need a rune of water, a rune of earth, a rune of mana, a rune of air, and a rune of fire, with a block of mana steel and some more lapis blocks. To make runes, we need this guy, the runic altar. And the runic altar basically uses mana to craft these items into these items. So let's grab a runic altar. First of all, let's grab some ender pearls. 16 should be enough. Let's see, can we fit them in? Throw them into there. Yeah, there we go. And that will give us the mana pearls. Craft this guy up. Nice. We shall put this guy here. Grab our wand of the forest and point this guy at here. Yes, it is a little bit far away, so we'll lose some mana. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be too bad. So, rune of water. We need mana powder, which is any type of dust thrown into a mana pool. We need mana steel, which is iron thrown into a mana pool, bone meal, sugarcane, and a fishing rod. So let's grab one fishing rod, grab a bone meal, a sugarcane. May as well make a stack of this because we're going to be needing more mana dust. And a stack of these guys. Nice. So, one dust, one ingot, bone meal, fishing rod, and this. And you will see just there beside that red X, there's a little green line, meaning that this is processing. Now what I also need is some more living rock, which is thankfully getting made over there. And as soon as this guy is finished, I need to throw a living rock on top of the altar and click it with my wand of the forest. And that will give me 2 runes. Like so. And we have drop pup candy. 2 runes of water. So let's quickly craft the rest of the runes and get this terrestrial agglomeration plate sorted. And after a little bit of crafting, we have all of the runes needed to make the agglomeration plate. Like so. Now we pop this guy on top. Now, one of the last things we need to do is we need to get mana from there to here. And unfortunately, spreaders just don't work for this thing. We need something called a spark. And sparks are basically little bits of floating light that wirelessly transfer mana around the base. That's how I would describe it. So let's craft up a spark, or 5. Nice. Let's put 1 on top of each of the mana pools, and 1 on top of this mana pool. So effectively, these are all linked. And like I said earlier, we just need mana steel, mana diamonds, and some mana pearls. What I meant to say was, first of all, we're going to move this because it's a little bit far away. Let's move it to here. Once again, place the spark on top. And now we should be able to put 1 pearl, 1 ingot, and 1 mana diamond. Nice. And that is quickly converted into our first piece of terra steel. We are now a dancer in the dark. Dancing for money. If anybody gets a reference, let me know in the comments. So like I said earlier on the episode, what we need to do now is we need to make the Alf portal. And to do that, we need 3 glimmering living wood, which is just living wood with glowstone. We will need an elven gateway core, which is using terra steel nuggets, which is why we needed to make that single piece of terra steel now. And we will need to make 2 natura pylons on top of 2 mana pools. So we have the gateway core goes in the center, then on either side of it is a living wood. 1 space here. We have a living wood, a glimmering living wood, and a living wood. Again, 1 space. Same thing here. And same thing here. Remove the living rock. We need 2 mana pools. 1 here, and 1 here. Grab our 2 pylons. Boop. And boop. We also need to somehow get some mana into these guys. So then I am going to make something called a mana tablet. And what this does is, it's sort of like a battery. It can take mana from one pool and put it in another pool. So for example, if I take my Wand of the Forest, I can change this pool into taking mana out of the pool. So if you just right-click, shift right-click on it, you see it changes. So that pool should be able to fill this tablet up with mana. And I believe one tablet takes one pool, but we won't need that for this. I think having maybe 1/3 of each pool filled will be enough to open the gateway. Let's say a quarter. Let's see if a quarter works. So with the mana pools having a little bit of mana in them, I believe we just need to right-click on this core to open the gate to Alfheim. Ta-da! And let's quickly jump through! And nothing happens because, unfortunately, this is not a dimension. I really wish that there was like an Alfheim dimension, but I suppose this is basically just like a converting tool. And the first thing we're going to convert is we are going to make our Lexica Botania into the Alfheim version. So we just throw this guy through the gateway and it should come back as a better book. Like so. And this has so much more information than it previously did, such as the generation flowers, these guys here. These are all filled in. So the next thing that we have to do is we need to get our... Well, first of all, we need to ignore that island down there. I'll tell you what that's for in a little bit. But we need to get this mana generation thing gone. Because as good as it was for what it did, it's just not efficient enough. And now that we got this book, it will tell us all about generating flora. And you know what? I would love to do a Rosa Arcana setup where the XP used from our what's that called over there? A mob farm. I knew that. Yeah, I would love to use like an EXP generating one, or even use like the Entropinium and use TNT power to blow things up and make mana. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the meta. I'm gonna have to use the Kekimurus. The reason for this is because Kekimurus is a plant that eats cake and produces a ton of mana. And seeing as cake is EMCable, and we can use the system behind us there that places the stone, the constructors, we can use that to make the cake appear. It's just easier to do the Kekimura setup. So I'm just going to forgo being unique and do the meta. So let's maybe pop into a little bit of a montage and get a Kekimurist setup done. Yeah, so I made a little bit of a mistake. I forgot to actually make the Kekimurus before I tore down that mana system over there. I'm just going to make up a quick little mana production over here with the Endo Flames, and I'm going to make that Kekimurus. Thankfully it has an EMC value, so I only have to make one. So we actually have a lot done here. In fact, I have a complete Kekimura setup all done. Unfortunately, Streamlabs decided it wanted to update during my recording, and when I press record the next time, all of the audio channels and stuff were all gone. So I lost basically an hour and a half of footage of me building this. But let me just explain it really quickly. We have the Elven Mana Spreaders, which are just an upgraded version of the normal Mana Spreaders, surrounded by the Kekimurus. The cakes are placed here, and I've tried to link these Kekimurus very evenly between all of these because, yeah, I don't want to overwhelm the spreaders. I can make things called these lenses, which a combination of potency and velocity does help. But I think we're doing okay now. Up here, I have 4 mana pools that have the alchemical thingy underneath them if I wanted to transmute stuff. I've moved my agglomeration plate up to here, and I have 4 runic altars here, just for symmetry, with its own dedicated mana spreader beside it. Now, these here are a hark back to my Season 1 Vault Hunter series, which if you really want to, you can go and watch on my channel. Just click on the playlist and you'll be able to watch all the episodes from last season's Vault Hunters. Also, go watch the current ones, still ongoing. This is basically a spark on each of these pools with a dominant augment, which are quite easy to make. These guys here, the dominant augments. It's just some pixie dust, a rune of fire, and mana steel ingots. And basically what it does is those pools down there are fitted with recessive augments, which means that any mana that gets put into those pools automatically gets transferred to all of these pools. So it's what I call a mana battery. And this is mana glass, which is just pretty. I also made sure to give this Elven Gateway its own dominant recessive mana pool setup as well. So all in all, we are good for mana. Is this a little bit over the top? Yes. Would I do it again? Yes. So now, onto this island over here. I'm going to use to fight the Gaia spirits. The Gaia is basically the boss fight for Botania. It's, think of it as a shadow version of yourself summoned into this world, which you have to defeat to get Gaia spirits. And if you remember previously I told you, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Gaia spirits on their own, and 4 more for each of these Gaia spirit ingots. So I think if it drops between 6 and 8 Gaia spirits, I think maybe 3 or 4 fights will work? Question mark? So let us look in our Lexica Botania updated edition, and let's look at the Ritual of Gaia. So what we need to do is we need to make 4 of these Gaia pylons. We need to put it around a tier 1 beacon and then click it with a Terra Steel ingot. And that will summon the Gaia. I think it's a 15 block radius around the beacon, but hopefully with our overpowered armor and our red guitar, we should be able to defeat the Gaia really quickly. I'll keep my Insanium sword with me as well. I believe we can visualize this as well. If we place it here in the center and like so, it will tell us where we need to put stuff. So let us put our beacon here. Like so. Let's craft up 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop, 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 and a boop. Let's also make up 3 Terra Steel ingots. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, look how quick that is with the mana battery. That was worth the setup. And let's go fight the Gaia spirit. So, with the sun setting over our wonderful islands, let's get this first fight done. Now I have keybound my red guitar's AoE effect to my 3 button on my mouse, so hopefully if I do get a lot of enemies spawning and the little fairies that spawn, I can take them out in one hit. Otherwise, I think we'll be okay. The withering effect should be taken care of by our wither resistance here. I don't think the fight turns that stuff off, but I have been known to be wrong. So without further ado, brace yourself for very loud music. Come on. Come back here. Well, it doesn't let me fly. Okay, this is the secondary battle mode. Come on, red guitar, do your thing. Easy mode. Come on, come down here. Come down here. Come on. Come on. Is that all you got? Okay, seriously, come on. Are you finished yet? There we go. Come back here. Oh, that was a little bit anticlimactic. Let's do it again. 3 more times. Kind of feel a little bit sorry for him. Anyway, I'm going to do the other 2 off camera, and we'll see about crafting that everlasting guilty pool. I got it right this time. So we crafted up a ton of Terra Steel, we got some Mana Glass, turned it to Alpha Glass to make the Bifrost class using the Rod of Bifrost. Which finally leads us to the end goal of what we started earlier on, the Guilty Everlasting Pool. So down here in the, what's it called, Ultimate Crafter? The, Creative Crafter, I have gotten the stuff together that we will need to make the pool. I also decided I would just use Mystical Agriculture to get all the ingots from Botania, including a ton of this stuff, which is also an autocraft. So why don't we make up our first pool? Looking at the recipe, we will need 1 Terra Steel there and 4. That makes 16 in total, including the 4 Gaia Spirits. We have these here, which I think in total is 24, which is what we got from all the fights. We will need 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 diluted mana pools. I think it's 22 mana pools. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 fabulous mana pools. So let's craft 16 of these. Start and start. Nice. We needed, I think it was 16 of these as well. Nice. Then regular mana pools, we needed 20, I believe. And craft. Wow, that thing is really fast. And then we just needed Terra Steel, the Gaia Spirits. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these surrounding those. I think that's about it. Let's see. Oh, we needed Wand of the Forest. Wand of the Forest. Doesn't matter which one it is. Whatever colors out comes out first. Okay. I believe that is all we need to make. No. We need 4 more diluted mana pools. Easily done. Okay, that is all we need to make the Everlasting Guilty Pool. I'll let shift click the recipe in. And there we go. 1 more of the creative items. And unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. I think this episode is going to be running a little bit long, and it's going to be a very convoluted episode. So if you like this episode, please like, subscribe, take a look in the description below, join the Discord, and if you really want to support me in making more videos, join the Fuzzy Family, my membership. Just like these wonderful people listed below. And until the next time, bye-bye!